I'm a normie on the internet, so I'm gonna make a Danganronpa video. So there's this anime game called Danganronpa. And since I'm not a Pokemon channel anymore, I suppose this joke is Muda. But you know what isn't Muda? JoJo references. Since I've only played the first two games, we'll keep the references to them. There's a lot to unpack, so let's start from the beginning. Makoto Naegi mentions that in his introduction, he does not have a stand power. Mondo Iwata is confirmed to be inspired by Josuke Higashikata, from his ridiculous pompadour to getting angry when people insult his hair. Mondo's jacket says, Crazy Diamond on the back, which is the name of Josuke's stand, and Mondo's biker gang is in reference to the Highway Star arc. Throughout the game, items can be obtained to share with other students and grow supports with them. One of these items is a meteorite arrowhead, an obvious reference to what created stands in the JoJo universe. Monokuma makes a variety of noises and laughs here and there, but his Nyoho was the signature laugh of Gyro Zeppeli. In the first trial, Teru states that you can tell if someone's lying by tasting their sweat. Seems like he took a lesson from Bushirati. When Akane spars with Nekomaru, Dio's classic Mu-da-da-da-da-da-da is screamed. Monokuma has a habit of beating up his little sister Monomi in ways that reference JoJo twice. Once using the power of Heaven's Door, and another time rushing her with a flurry of auras. Nekomaru's design is heavily inspired by Jotaro, with massive chains around his neck, but oddly enough his English voice actor is the same as Dio.
There's only one ultimate masseuse, and that's me, Nekomaru Nide! For the life of me, I can't figure out why you Joestars are so stubborn.
Dr. Killgood brings Ambulance-kun from Moriocho anywhere on the island whenever he needs him. One of the biggest themes in Danganronpa is the duality between hope and despair, and no character from JoJo's better represents that than the minor antagonist, Chocolata. There are situations where you truly feel happiness. You see, Giorno Giovanna. I believe there are two cases in which happiness exists. The first is when despair turns into hope. Then you become happy. When you caught the heli in your plants. I was just so panicked. I was truly in despair, but I survived. I used my experiences and my mental strength to make a comeback, and right now, I feel happiness because of it. I truly do. And the second situation where you feel happiness is when you look down on someone as they fall into despair. And everything from this point on is spoiler territory, so if you don't want to see that, then just go watch another one of my videos, okay? When Nekomaru returns as robotic Mechamaru, this is clearly an homage to everyone's favorite cyborg, Stroheim. Since Junko was the final boss of both games, obviously she had to scream Muda 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 like Dio. Something I noticed about Danganronpa is that every execution has a JoJo's reference somewhere in it. Leon is barraged with 1,000 baseballs, just like how Jolene killed Mashon in Stone Ocean. Mondo dies a motorcycle-themed death, in reference to the Highway Star arc. When Celeste is being burned at the stake, she's killed by a fire truck, which is another kind of emergency vehicle. Not so different than when Kira was hit by Ambulance-kun. Ultra Ego was crushed by a claw digger, or a construction vehicle, not so different from Roda-Roda-Da. The crushing machine used to squish Junko is just like Shiza! When Teru gets deep fried, he's thrown into a volcano, like Joseph did with cars. The puppeting Monokuma did with Peko was like how Kakyoin's Hierophant Green can control people like puppets. Mikan gets blasted into outer space like cars. On a hand she gets arousal from like Kira. Gundam, God bless his soul, sacrifices himself in a JoJo fashion and fades off into the sunset with his hamsters staring at the sky. In the game of Tetris, Chiaki is Shizad! And finally, the way Junko is wrapped up by Usami is just like how Joseph killed the Empress. So that's all for today. I might follow up this video once I'm done with V3, but until then, have a beautiful Duwang, and I'll see you all next time.